Live from the City of Angels. It's a Wednesday morning, so you know what we're talking about is a pretty damn big deal, and it is. Look at the number that Inside Out 2 banked on Tuesday, $29 million. Now, let's go right to the Disney email and break down what that means. Look, right from them, right off the bat, they're saying this thing is definitely doing even more money than expected to see this thing do. And look what's happening here. 29.1, let's talk about that, represents the sixth highest grossing non-opening day Tuesday of all time, only behind Star Wars Force Awakens, Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man No Way Home, Lion King, and Force Awakens the second Tuesday. Eighth highest grossing Tuesday overall. Also, go to Barbie, and I'll show you what happened. Barbie made $26 million on its first Tuesday. This is $3 million over Barbie. Reminder, look at what Barbie did in its box office. Stateside, 636, international, 809, total of $1.445 billion. So we are in a space right now where this film is killing it. And how excited is Disney? We'll go back to the email in a second, but I want to talk about this article from THR saying, look, it broke Hollywood's box office curse. And remember, there are those people out there who told me that, oh, Weber, you are overplaying this. You're just over-exaggerating the fact that films aren't doing well. Guess what? I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Don't come into my world. Don't do this. Let me explain this for the 95th time on this stream. More like 950th. Don't come into my world explaining what I know backward and forward. We were in a bad space until this film came out, and now this is bringing people back into the multiplex as you have a number here in $29+ million on Tuesday, bigger than Barbie, and Disney has reason to celebrate. I also want to know this as we do a short stream today. What are the anti-wokers doing? What are their streams? I need some tips if I want to pivot. I always am looking for ways to pivot to some kind of non-objective way to report this shit, because God knows that's not how I do it. But these people, like, what are they saying? Like, well, this movie's not woke. Well, okay, wait a second. Remember, let's just have some fun, because that's what we do here on MMT, whether it's the middle of the day or it's at night. Remember that Riley has her rainbow sweater on. That would usually set off the anti-wokers, right? Oh my God, she's got a rainbow sweater. It's horrible. Oh, shit, she's gay. Then we also have Riley being, kind of enamored with the head hockey player, right? The captain of the hockey team, and she's a female. Wait a second, that's promoting gay values. Wait, see, this is why these people are laughable. These people are not to be taken seriously, even if they have points from time to time. If you always look at things through the lens of anti-woke or woke, you are not objective, you are not trustworthy. That's why MMT slaughters them all, destroys them. They're all vanquished to the side, because we don't do that. Look, Disney's excited. They should be. Okay, it's been a while since we did this as one person attending the celebration on Disney's Burbank lot right down the street. I mean, I can walk down there, and this is what happened on Monday. They're still celebrating. In fact, I got an email from Disney yesterday, asked a question about the box office, and they're like, listen, this is good for theatrical overall. I'm like, hell yeah, it is. You kidding me? That's the thing, is that at this time, we need to present a unified front. I need all the anti-woke ragers to just put down the act, put down the charade, put down the grift for just a couple minutes. That's all I'm asking. Maybe 5-10 minutes, and admit that Disney's killing it, and possibly let's just go there. Possibly this is still a woke movie with Riley. Possibly. Oh my God. It's literally like the anger dude in this film, head exploding of the anti-woke. So this is, back to the email, as you can see, really as good as it gets for theatrical, and of course that makes us happy. MMT, that's all we care about. Takes Inside Out, not MMT. I'd love to have over 200 million, not happening yet, to become the second highest grossing release of 2024 after only 5 days of release. So let's look at the totals quickly on the international. France, Italy, Spain open today. Brazil, China this Thursday, Friday, respectively. And then we've got Inside Out 2, the total domestic for Tuesday, 29.1, 19% of the weekend. That's Crazy. International, 16.9 million, 13% of the weekend. Just on Tuesday here, global right now is $46 million only on Tuesday. Here are the totals, the cum on this. Domestic, 205.7. International, 174.3. Total of $380 million domestic. What does that tell you? That tells you we're going to $1 billion, right? There's no question we're going to $1 billion on this film. When you are dealing with a number that's almost 400 million after 5 days, with countries still to open, as you just saw through that email, we are in a good space. Remember, you also have China coming in, and not every release gets China, so that's going to be cash. Will it be as big as, let's say, Godzilla Kong in China? No, but it will do better than a lot of films there, and we'll see how that thing fares as we continue. Let's go over the totals so far through the territories, as Disney likes to call it. Mexico, 38.7. UK, 17.3. Korea, 16.6. Germany, 10.2. Philippines, 8.3. Argentina, 8.2. Central America, 7.6. Australia, 7.2. Colombia, 6.4. Chile, 5.4. Peru, 4.6. Ecuador. We're going to Ecuador. That's how far we're going down, y'all. 3.6 million. 3.3 make that. Future key openings again today. France and Italy and Spain. Tomorrow, Brazil, China coming up on Friday. So this is awesome news, guys. That's why we're doing a stream here on this Wednesday morning here in LA. It's a little after 11 o'clock. Quickly, some comments, and then we're going to get out of here as we look at the totals one more time. Over $200 million domestic, and the global haul is now at $380 million. Fantastic. Nomus, it is a midday MMT. Thanks for being here, as we love to do these things live. I don't really have any interest in doing one of these cut and paste like every other YouTuber does. Let's put it together, Grace Randolph. Let's put together our movie math, and then we'll present it. No, we'll do it live. And granted, there's going to be a lot of mistakes. It's live, y'all. That's how we roll here. By the way, tomorrow night's going to be a really fun stream, because we're going to have a chance to see Kinds of Kindness, which will be, as some people have said already, Erick versus Yorgos, round number 2. But it's certainly more than round number 2. But as of late, I don't know what to expect from this film, but I will be objective. What did I say the other night on MMT? I said, listen, nobody in the space gets back to zero and a level playing field than me. Nobody. I do not go into a film holding a grudge, having any biases against the director. I'm going to get that thing to zero, and then we're going to go from there. Poor Things doesn't exist once that film starts. Will I never forget how atrocious and how embarrassing that film is for Emma Stone? I don't care if she has an Oscar. I don't give a shit. That does not signify greatness. It signifies that Hollywood wanted to give her a trophy. If the Oscars went to signify true greatness, then the woman over my shoulder would have an Oscar for Tar and Cate Blanchett. She didn't. So that just makes that whole argument ridiculous to even bring up. Gloppy, Despicable Me 4 will slow this thing down. I think that'll end up stopping both films from reaching $1 million. We've got space. This coming weekend is Bike Riders. Check my reaction. Had it from the other night. Also, we have Kinds of Kindness Limited. They're platforming that New York, LA, probably Chicago, and then you'll get it next week on that. That's not going to be a major film that's going to do anything to Inside Out 2, right? And also, it's Searchlight. It's Disney, so they don't even care at this point. But here's the reality. You look at maybe having some effect, but I'll tell you what, in a way, I thought about this, and you look at A Quiet Place Day One. I think that film is actually perfectly placed. You're not this weekend. You get a little bit of space, and now, like we talked about when Inside Out 2 came in and started doing this damage in the marketplace, you're talking about bringing people back to movie theaters so they're used to going and heading out and going to the movies. Once that happens, then you start to see everything start to come up. We're in summer. That's why we're getting these numbers too. Obviously, the kids are out of school coast to coast, and that means you've got more available families to go see a movie on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday, on a Thursday. These days during the week, the weekdays are strong. Not as strong as the Christmas corridor, but still throughout the entire summer, you're going to see these films that are all audiences do well throughout the week. So we'll probably do more of these updates as this film climbs quickly. But you can't help but, as much as Disney gets destroyed, and I understand why some people have that grudge, it's time. This is why I think it's so important, and we have so few people in this world that are capable of being objective. Disney's the worst thing ever, and then it turns out they like the movie and the film's doing well, and they can't pivot to, all right, nice job, Disney, let's have more of this. No, it's always got to be, how can I figure out how to make this bad? That kind of lens in life is not helpful to anybody. I don't care if it gets you views. I don't care if it gets you subscribers. No one gives a shit. You're not doing anything for the world. You're just actively bringing it down. And it's so easy to make that content, right? So, there's a Star Wars character who says their pronouns. Okay, it's goofy. It's ridiculous. I will give you that. But that's such like low-hanging fruit content. Look, the Star Wars character said he, they. Like, be smarter. Use some analytical knowledge on this shit. Don't just go, look, this character did something stupid and therefore it's woke and therefore the whole thing's terrible. I will never do that. And thank you. And by the way, to all my film Twitter dweebs out there who love to come after me, go after those people. I'm actually the voice in this space that brings sanity to all this and objective as hell. And unfortunately, we don't have a lot of people like that out there. So we'll just continue doing what we do. Authenticity is better than everything else. And at the end of the day, that's what we do here, Sully. And you know that. Even if I hate Poor Things tomorrow night, when we do this stream on Kinds of Kindness, I'm going to turn it and I'm going to say this film is hopefully good. If it's not, and it's another Poor Things or something along those lines, then we are going to roast Yorgos Lanthimos on a level that is going to be the combination of Beau is Afraid, Poor Things, and Scream 6, and Magic Mike's Last Dance, all of Gray Man. We're going to combine all of that fury into one stream tomorrow night. If the film is bad, I'm going to be objective. I'm going to get after it. Let's celebrate before we leave here one more time. Inside Out 2, over 200 million domestic, almost 400 million. It'll get 400 million tomorrow worldwide. This film's going to $1 billion. I don't care about Despicable Me. It's got some time. It's got some space, few weeks. And at the end of the day, there it is. Have a shot midday if you're at a bar or at home if you have a bottle of liquor sitting around. Here's what I'm going to tell you, is that this marketplace and summertime can do a bunch of films at the same time, just like we saw last year with Barbenheimer. I know the economy's shit. We've talked about that. But if people go to the movies and have a good time like they are with Inside Out 2, more so than I had, I still think the film has issues, not nearly. Let's make sure one more time before we wrap the stream. Anybody who says Inside Out 2 is better than Inside Out, go ahead and cancel them, mute them, block them. They're done. It's over. There's nothing more to discuss with these people. You can't be that wrong. You just can't. It's not a bad film. People like it enough. It's got more positives than negatives. But at the end of the day, it's sequelitis, right? We've been here. We've done that. And you're never going to have that first feeling, that initial, oh, God, I almost said something that's a nighttime thing. I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to say you just don't have the same feelings, right? That initial original hit that you have from anything is far greater than any sequel. Very few sequels ever rise to the level of the first. Obviously, you're going to look at The Godfather 2 and Aliens. There's only so many. Usually it's just diminishing returns, and here it is, but still, nonetheless, it is going to be a film that is going to do crazy numbers the rest of the summer. We look forward to see what happens. Maybe some more updates throughout the week. Thanks for being here, MMT. Midday, almost a nooner, not yet here on the West Coast. We have about 45 minutes until then. Thanks for being here. Peace out. Live from LA. MMT is out. See you tomorrow night for Kinds of Kindness. Pray it's good. Pray it's good. Please be